Hello, hello, hello. Tracey, welcome to this wee chat. I just wanted to chat to you after you've done the Ultimate Detox program, but also how you were before you started. So just a little bit of info about what was going on in your life and anything you want to share.
Okay, thanks. Cool. First thing I'd just like to say is the Ultimate Detox program has just been so liberating and something that I can just put into the rest of my life for the rest of my life, which is so, it's mind-boggling and exciting for me. Before the doing the detox program, I was currently at a place of a lot of inflammation, pain in joints, and having so polymyalgia. I was diagnosed with polymyalgia, which is one of those weird things they don't really know often what causes it, and a process of pain in joints and muscles. And I had been on a course of steroids for a year.
Wow.
And so what happens with steroids, of course, is you puff up and put on weight. People have told me you put on weight on steroids, but I didn't realize actually how much weight steroids can put on you. And I literally just felt like the Michelin Man. I really did. I became so uncomfortable in my body and in my clothing, and starting to really just get quite down on myself, really, to be fair. It would be a true statement. So I titrated off the painkillers because I was like, I just can't stay on these steroids. The cost of everything else is too big. So I titrated down off those probably 6 weeks or so, roughly, before starting the detox program. And I hadn't been able to drop a lot of that puffy, fluidy weight, and it hadn't been moving. So when I started on the detox, of course, just fluid leaving my body at a great rate of knots.
Yeah.
So it was good. Lots of trips to the toilet in the night. But actually it was like, yay, stuff's moving.
Yeah.
This fluid's going. And for me, within about 10 days, I was able to put trousers on that I had not been able to do up. So
that's so cool, isn't it?
Because a lot of that puffy weight had been held around my mid and lower tummy section, like that whole section, middle-aged lady section had just gone, particularly with the steroid use and that. So it was like, and I'd noticed too a real drop in the thigh area, of size in my thigh area as well. So that was just, I felt hope. So coming from a place where you're feeling so, just flat and overwhelmed with your body and where it's at, because that's where I was, just exciting, and having hope that I can actually do something and I can actually get back to where I want to be. So that was cool. And I think the other part for me, the experience on this, is it was so easy. And I mean, I've sort of been a person who's struggled with my weight all my life, gone up and down and up and down. And so when I started this, I was a bit like, I was like, cripes, can I do that? Like, cripes, can I do the fasting? But actually it's a breeze. And right now I'm into day 3 again. This is day 3 of a broth fast for me. So, and I feel my energy's fab. My alertness is great. I'm not hungry. So the ease, it's really surprised me, the ease of it. Because I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be a bit hard yards, but actually it's really surprised myself. The program's, like, from that point of view, Karen, like, amazing. Thank you. Amazing.
I found the fasting very easy and as well, and so how many days are you doing this time? Because I think a lot of people would go, well, 3-day fast, that's quite a long time, but you did a few longer days.
I've done during this process, I've done 6-day fasts and 5-day fasts, and other times I've just like fasted till one meal a day, so as well. But for me this time, I think one of the freedoms and the ease of this is that the rolling in and out of fasting as your body tells you to. There's not like that hard and fast rule, which is just rocked. And so for me, I'm like, I'm just going to listen to my body, and I'm going to break my fast when my body tells me that I need to. So whether that's could be tonight's dinner, I don't feel like that at the moment, but it might be in 2 or 3 days. I'm just going to go with my body.
Yeah. That's been quite a sort of like common reaction. I personally have felt too. It's like giving myself permission to actually listen to that inner voice that isn't the voice of I need this particular food. It's the voice of, okay, it's now time to eat, and it's now time to ease into and rolling into and out of the different foods and things. And so, and I think you're quite right, because you said at the beginning about this is really a lifestyle. And although I designed it as a program, I've realized that this is going to be something that I'm going to be doing for the rest of my days, because I feel so good with A, less food, and B, being able to just do broths and things, and it gives you so much time, doesn't it?
I was going to say that the time factor that we've gained is amazing, and my husband's so excited about it too. I came home from a meeting the other night, and he's got a beef broth on in the pressure cooker. He was like, so like, yeah, look what I've done. I've put, because he's like, he's on day 3 of his fast with me as well. So we were doing it together, which is just
lovely.
So great. But it was like, and he's like, he just wants to keep doing it as well. He's just like, we just need to make sure our levels of broth are up, and so that we've always got some there. And it's cool.
Yeah, so that's the great thing. So what is was there anything else within the program that you really enjoyed doing? We got the broths and we got the food and everything. Was there anything else in the program that made a difference?
Yeah, it had the drops and the spray, Karen. Like, I knew when my body needed it too. Like, you just go, oh, I felt like it was interesting, because how you've got it structured, that when to take, the different drops and sprays. And I found that the boost drops in that, I could feel, I feel like I might need those drops, because they just picked me up. Like they just give you this sort of lift and help. And if on the odd time I might have felt like, even a couple of times I felt like I could eat something sweet, if that's like, think, I could have something sweet, that would be nice. The drops just take that away. That away for me. And so they've been super duper helpful. And in fact, I've got them here. I actually become, there's actually a flavor to these. And I became like, I love it. I got to, I like the taste of those, it was like, that water.
Oh, it's brought the herbalist out in you, Tracey.
So good. And I think one of the things that's really got me thinking about other areas of my life, and I think I really like how you've got, it's the detox. It's our body, and allowing our body to come into doing some healing, and, giving our body this break to heal and to detox, and the weight loss is just this, that comes with that is the bomb as well. But I think, one of the big things, and the big things I'm still got to work on, is with the self-care stuff that you've got, all the different things suggested in the program, and the detoxing of, your whole environment and life, really. The thing that I still really do need to address, but it's brought home to me loud and clear, is, how much I don't put me in my life, how much I don't fit me in, I don't prioritize myself or the self-care. And so that's like something I need to take that on board and do something about that, because
no one else is going to either.
No, and it's part of being feeling whole and healthy and at every level, isn't it? It's not just about the food in our mouth.
No, definitely not. And I think that's why I was drawn to put this together, because it's all well and good looking at what we're putting in. We have to look at what's going on in the emotional, spiritual realm of our well-being as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, most of us who work in the healing realm, which you have for many years as well, most of us actually do put ourselves to the back burner. And the interesting thing, I know for yourself and for many, that's one of the biggest challenges for us, is to actually go, right, okay, I'm putting me first today. This is my time. Now, whether it's 20 minutes or an hour or whatever. And I know for you're sort of work in progress, but we're all a work in progress. But I have started doing that, and it feels so good.
Yeah, I've changed, this has got me addressing my whole work structure. And so I've, now working Monday, Tuesday, not Wednesday. Wednesday's a client-free day. I might do some paperwork and some things, but it's a client-free day or a me day. Yeah. And I went Thursday, Friday, have Saturday, Sunday. So I'm not actually working any more than 2 days at a time with clients. And that rhythms, I feel like that's really good. I've had to really discipline that Wednesday.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
So that's been a good learning curve for me.
And that's really important, I think, everyone, actually, no matter what you do in your life, whether you're a mother, a grandmother, or whatever, is you need to take me time, self-care time, and do things for you, do things that really sing to you, because otherwise you can get lost. I know I have in the past got totally lost in the beingness of this persona of the mother, the practitioner, the everything else. And I think if we don't do that, who are we? If we don't do that,
And it is, and I'm pleased it's brought it. I mean, that I've been aware of that before, but it's become so glaringly obvious in this process that I could ignore it. I was going to say I can't ignore it, but the truth is I could ignore it if I wanted to, but I don't want to ignore that anymore.
No. And it's interesting because I've seen, we've been lucky to do this in a group, and I think, seeing everyone shift and change throughout the weeks has been so exciting. And as a group, it's just been a revelation really to see how everyone's changing, not just physically, but the mindset and everything else. And all of us are a work in progress. Some people have done the cleansing of the house, and some have done the self-care thing, and some have done, we're all doing our own little thing. And as you say, that it's all about self-pacing with structure.
Yes.
And I think that has been observationally the most important thing. Would you say?
Yeah, very, very much so. And I've started my wardrobe.
Well done.
You did inspire me to do my wardrobe. So it's part done. I've got piles of stuff that need to go off to someone else who will get some value from them. Yeah. So it feels good to do that. Like when you do feel good to do that. It's like again, that's about caring for myself, about doing that and going, actually, you know what? I haven't worn that for 10 years. Yeah. Crikey.
And it's also, I always say this to clients who want to lose weight, and they go, well, I'm keeping those clothes because I want to fit into them. I might have fit into them 20 years ago. But what I say to them is, don't hold on to them, because you might fit into them, but you won't like them anymore.
That's true. I want some new stuff. Thank you.
I personally did that, and I look at them now and I go, I'm never going to wear that. It's just not me anymore, because we change, don't we? We're changing all the time. Thank goodness we're evolving, and And I just think this is just a wonderful way of helping us along, you know. So
yeah, the group support's been awesome too. Just
yeah.
you know, coming back to what you were saying there, the Facebook group's been wonderful. People just sharing their bits and where they're at, but also the inspirational stuff that's been really apt for me. You know, what people have been putting on there in some days, very thought-provoking and apt, and that Zoom support. And I've noticed too, as the group's gone along, we're all talking more and supporting each other within that conversation. That's last night was a really good example of that. It was great. Cool.
Okay, so just to finish up, what would you say to anyone who is thinking about doing a program or whatever? You know, what would you say about doing the ultimate detox? What would you say to them?
I would say that your body deserves it. Be like, honestly, your body deserves this. It does so much for us and every day that we just sort of take for granted, and it just, your mind deserves it. The clarity of mind has been really big. The mind clarity, fog gone, clear, focused. Like the shift of what I'm putting in has created the shift in here so massively around how my brain's functioning. So I would say it's just your body and you deserve it to do it. Honestly, it's a blessing, and I get tearful when I say that, Karen, because it is. It's been a real blessing, an absolute blessing in my life, and I mean that from my heart. And it's stuff that I'm going to, as I say, continue as a way of life. So, your body deserves it, your mind deserves it, and your body and your mind will thank you for it. You'll feel it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I personally am so blessed that everyone decided to join me on this journey of discovery, because I now know, where this is going to go, and it's going to be a game changer for so many people, and not just the people who are on it, because I think, you know, it's the families that get affected by our energy and our frequency, and very often partners have joined along. They might not have done the whole fasting thing, but many have come off the alcohol or you know, done things because of the inspiration of the other women who have been in the group. And I think that is where we as women are at the forefront of the change and the shift.
So we are. And it's freed up time in my life, because we've got so much more space in the evening, because we're not cooking these massive meals and doing all the dishes, and so it has created so much extra space. Actually, it's amazing.
It really is. Well, thank you very much, Tracey, for joining me in this conversation, and I really, really appreciate your feedback and everything else, and that you joined me on this journey. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye for now, and if you're interested, there'll be information below this video recording. Thank you for watching. Bye.